Hey guys, it's Kevin with Bad Light Industries, and today we are going to be doing some lighting upgrades to my buddy's Chevy Colorado. So, stock, when you put your high beams on, only the high beams come on. You lose your low beams. So we're going to change that right now. So the first and easiest mod you can do is inside the fuse box here. We're going to find the beam select relay right here. This guy right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the relay that we pulled out of the fuse box. We're going to go from the 30 pin to the 87A pin. Basically, when you have the headlights on, power is going from the 30 pin to the 87 pin. And when you click your high beams on, it goes from the 30 pin to the 87A pin. So just take a little tiny piece off of here. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the flux here and get our wire all gooped up, and we're going to find our 30 pin, and I'm just going to give the outside here just the tiniest little bit of flux, and then out here I'll put some more on. 10-hour wire here with this janky soldering iron. We just want to pre-tin all of our connections here, so we want it to be on the kind of the top half of the relay here, because the bottom half still has to go into the fuse panel. So this is a little bit long. I only need about a 1/8 of an inch of stick out, maybe. We're gonna do as flat as we can, as high as we can to the case here, just like that. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna bend this around and kind of see where it needs to be cut, and we'll trim it off. Cool. Push it down flat, we'll go put it back in the truck. So after you solder the 30 and the 87A pins together, nice flat wire there, you put it back in and we'll check our results. So there you go. A little modification to the relay, and now you have both your headlights working every time you hit the high beam selector. Free mod. I'm going to take the DRL harness out of here. And do our second modification. Let's go to the bench. So the stock DRLs have one bulb that does the signal and runners, and then both bulbs do the runners. So what we're going to do is we're going to make both bulbs work the runner circuit, essentially. So what we're going to have to do is cut this guy out, and we're going to splice in this new socket that I got off Amazon. I'll give you guys a link for these down below. I got 4 of them, super cheap, and you guys will see another mod that we're going to do right after this. So you guys can see, one is the ground, the black one. The brown is the running light circuit. And the blue one over here is the turn signal. So what we're going to try to do is, roughly in the middle of this run here, splice it into the actual inline here. I'm going to go with my gut here, and then we're going to do black to black, pink to brown, and blue to blue, and we'll see what happens. Some extra flux on there. Can't find my lighter right now. Okay, now that we've got our new harness, we're going to pop the DRL out. So these clips aren't perfect, but after a second or two of trying, nice and locked in. Get the other one locked in. And we'll plug it in. You want to hide the wires. All you got to do is just like that. So something you can do really easy and quickly to help the aesthetic of your truck, some guys do, is flip the third brake light. It matches the lines of the truck a little better, and some guys like it, some guys don't. But the best way to do this is just to flip it and then run a bead of clear silicone over the top of it. Because last thing we want is this thing to leak and y'all post on Facebook, "I don't have a puddle on my floorboard." As it was, this thing was already leaking, so you guys can see the cardboard or foam or whatever it is inside here has already shown evidence of being wet. These seals have already dropped, like drooped into the deal. So we're gonna clean it up. Flip it around here. And screw it back down. What we're going to do is we're actually going to make the signal here so he can do an auxiliary backup light, and we're actually do dual brake lights. Check it out. Alright, so we took the harness out of the truck, and I wanted to show you guys what this all looks like on the bench here. So we've already got a fuse tap or a wire tap for the reverse circuit. What you're going to need to do beyond this is to add some reverse lights. So either a little cube here or maybe some flush mounts into the metal of the bumper. That looks really sick. You can even do some of these like super thin line guys. These are all super cheap, $15, $20 LED pods. They don't need to be that expensive. But what we're going to do is we're going to take an amber bulb and put it into the turn signal in the reverse spot. So the clear lens for the socket. This will not work for the aftermarket taillights, and what we're going to do is we're not going to molest this harness at all. We're going to keep everything here, so if you wanted to upgrade to some of the really cool new style taillights, you're not ruining what's already there. You're not having to reinvent anything. So let's get to modifying this. Alright, so we're going to take the dusty nasty tape here off the factory loom. We're not going to cut these wires, we're just going to add to them. So, or some of these wires we're going to cut, but for the extra socket we're just going to add to them because we don't need, we're not trying to take away from what's already here. We'll help our hands here. It's an old crusty 15-year-old tape here. So black to black. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take the brown wires that are in this third one. What I don't want you guys to do is cut them super close to the actual socket, but cut them back a ways and we'll tape them up and get them all clean. Reconnect these brown wires right here, because this is the runner circuit, the running lights, so they need to be connected to the other sockets so that they still work the brake lights. And we're done. Let's go put it in the truck. So I'm just gonna have to modify this one of these clips real quick so that the plug faces downward instead of sideways. So your mileage may vary, but now that one fits there. Alright, with the new harness installed, we're going to dump it back down into the abyss. That'll all reconnect. You guys can see we've got that extra socket all taped up. It's up inside the fender. You're never gonna have any problems with it, but always good to tape it up. Put our 2 screws back into the tail light, and let's test it. I wanted to show you guys here at nighttime with the lights. It was a little bit difficult to see there at dusk. So dual DRLs, dual headlights, and dual brake lights. So basically improving all of the lighting all the way around the vehicle. Safer, better to be seen and better to see at nighttime. These headlights are garbage, so I've got another set here in the garage that I might persuade him to purchase. But basically, I wanted to help you guys out, get some ideas how to light your truck a little bit better, be a little safer out there driving at night. So if you guys like this video, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing more videos like this that aren't just product related, but that are just helpful videos, helpful how-tos, and helpful mods that you guys can do for your truck. So if you like that, feel free to subscribe and give this video a like if you actually liked it. Thanks for watching.